Yesterday morning, I released a video about Healthier Choices Management Corp, ticker symbol HCMC. Now, you guys did absolutely love this video, and it is not updated here, but this video did over 2,000 views in like 6 hours, and so I figured that I would keep going and I would keep making more content about this channel, about this company, as you guys do seemingly love the potential outlook on this company, and I want to make sure that you all stay as informed as possible whenever it comes to their stock. So what that means for today's video is that I'm going to be diving even further in one of the catalysts, or really the main catalyst that I think is going to lead to loads of upside for this company. In yesterday's video, we did discuss their the lawsuit in which they were going through right now. They were filing a lawsuit against Phillip Morris International as they do believe that they infringed upon their patent, and we will go in a little bit further into depth about that clearly in the video here. But in the video yesterday, I did say that this was the main catalyst in which I believed was going to make this stock propel if they were able to win this lawsuit. And one thing I realized I didn't do is I didn't really explain what this lawsuit was about. I didn't talk about where the lawsuit was going, nor the progress that the lawsuit was in. And I figured that since this was the main catalyst of this overall company, in my opinion, and this is the only big thing that I can see really shooting this stock price up pretty far, that it would be worth talking about it in a little bit more depth. So with that being said, I know again that I do not have my face on the screen, and of course I don't have my studio lights at the moment as I did break them. So again, I hope you guys don't mind me just doing the voiceover as I am going over these different companies for the next few days. Now, I did want to give a quick heads up. I did come to my creator page so you could see how many were remaining, as I do believe that this could be a very big opportunity for anyone involved. Of course, I do talk about my Patreon quite often. We have been making some fantastic plays, some fantastic calls. We have a community of over 100 different people now, and it has just been an absolutely phenomenal thing to see grow. I do have 10 spots remaining in my lowest tier. This is going by very, very fast. So if you are interested in joining and you don't want to have to pay $8 or $13 a month, and you do just want the lowest tier, which gives you access to the Discord, definitely consider heading to the link in the description, which will link you over here to my Patreon. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this lawsuit. So whenever we do go ahead and we think about Healthier Choices Management Corp, they have a few different subsidiaries. They have someone that are going to be some more like fresh markets that have different stands and services in which they provide. And then they have 9 different vape and smoke shops all over the country that are going to be, mostly centered around the south of the United States. So one of these is going to be targeting a company named Phillip Morris USA Inc., as they believe that Phillip Morris has infringed upon their patent. Now, this was actually brought around in November 30th of 2020, but as I did mention in the last video, it was not really brought to the limelight. No one really knew about it until, just one of those good old Reddit guys just went and started making posts about it. Next thing you know, the whole Reddit community started to talk about it. You just gotta love Reddit. But so with that being said, let's go ahead and I just wanted to talk about what all was going on with this lawsuit, who was in the right, who was in the wrong in some type of sense, and then what exactly they were suing them for, and what this could do for the company going forward. So here we are, and this is again in the article that was released in November. It says that HCMC today announced the filing of its patent infringement lawsuit against Phillip Morris USA. Now, this is due to them being in connection with their product known and marketed as IQOS. Now, the lawsuit was filed in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia. HCMC's lawsuit includes claims that Phillip Morris is infringing HCMC's patent rights in connection with the IQOS, an alternative tobacco product marketed and sold by Phillip Morris. Phillip Morris claims that it is currently approaching 14 million users of its IQOS product and has reportedly invested over $3 billion in their smokeless tobacco products. So right there, now you can kind of see why HCMC would be quite upset if they were actually infringing upon their patent and they were starting to somewhat steal some of their technology in a sense, that these could all be users that HCMC could be seeing within their own smoke shops. And so I do understand why there would be an issue there if this is the case and if they do win this lawsuit in the long run. Now, we did actually get a quote from Jeff Holman, the CEO of HCMC, and he says that we are pleased that after a lengthy and careful analysis, a law firm with the patent litigation reputation and strength of Cozen O'Connor will be enforcing our patent rights. He concluded saying that we look forward to proving our allegations of infringement in this matter and intend to continue to move forward against any and all companies that infringe upon our intellectual property in both the tobacco and blank categories. Advertisement purposes. Can't say this word, sorry. Okay, but anyway, so that is pretty interesting. It does show that they are actually in progress and that they have gotten their people who've fully analyzed this whole lawsuit, and they really do believe that they are going to win this over. And this right here is the main focus for me personally. We are going to go into depth about what exactly they're suing over, but this is the main focus for me, is the fact that they have admitted to having 14 million users of its IQOS, and if this technology does infringe on their patent, you can only understand why HCMC would be so upset, as this is something that they may have patented over. You know, this is their patented technology. And if someone's generating this much revenue off of it, they definitely either want a piece or they're going to just be so upset about the fact that they have so many that they want to get paid for it. Now, totally understandable. I cannot complain there. So we're going to come over here and we're actually going to look at the SEC filing and we're going to see what exactly are they suing about. Well, if we do scroll up a little bit, this is going to be the picture that is released, you know, the overall chart that analyzes. So we are here on the SEC filing and we can actually see what exactly they are suing about. So whenever it comes to the defendant, well, it says here that they have three main components: a tobacco stick that is designed to function with the holder, a holder in which the tobacco stick is inserted and heated, and three, a charger that is used to recharge the holder after each use. Well, if we do come back down here, we do have it here that says that on information and belief, the accused infringing product, which is of course the IQOS, is an electronic pipe that meets the limitations of at least claim 1 of the 170 patent, either literally or under the doctrine of equivalence. So whenever you do release a patent, there are multiple claims. Obviously it says here claim 1 of 170 and this one says claim 5. And there are multiple things that if a company does, you know, release some technology that could infringe upon that patent by maybe copying it, or it's such an equivalent of that technology, then they are then capable of suing them, saying that, look, you're infringing on our patent. Well, next up it says that on information and belief, defendants know and specifically intend for the accused infringing product to be used in a manner that meets the limitations of at least claim 5 of the 170 patent. This includes by providing customers with a user guide and or quick start guide and or instructing customers at retail locations located within this district. Claim 1 and 5 of the 170 patent require an electronic pipe compromising, and this is what we saw, a battery, an electric module, a combustible metal reservoir, and a heating element fixed in the combustible metal reservoir. Now, on information and belief, the holder portion of the accused infringing product is an electronic pipe that includes a rechargeable battery that provides power to the device, which we did see earlier, including the heating blade, which is fixed within a reservoir into which a combustible material is inserted, and therefore meets these limitations of claims 1 and 5 literally, which it is pretty literally, or under the doctrine of equivalence. So basically what their patent is protecting against, basically saying, I'm not going to go into it again, but what we did just read here pretty much fits the description of what their product does. As we did see here, again, that they have the, especially the second part, where was it at here? A holder into which the tobacco stick is inserted and heated. So it does somewhat look like this company's technology could be infringing on this patent, and it does seem like there is some legit accusations being made here that they could owe HCMC a solid amount of money, especially if they are working with, as we did see here, over 14 million users of this product after investing over $3 billion in their smokeless tobacco products. So ever since this whole thing did gain traction, of course they did have a pretty rocky year last year, but ever since we saw this gain traction from the middle of December to now, we have seen their stock price start to slowly fall nearly 7% in the last month. Now, of course, as I did mention before, that this is a very large company with a market cap of over 124 billion, pretty high dividend yield. Of course, their overall stock itself is sitting at nearly $80. So this is no small company. And the fact that they are actually looking at potentially having to pay over some of the money and some of the proceeds that they have made, and then some of the damages and all of these different fees that are going to go into this, if HCMC does win this accusation and win this lawsuit, would be pretty dang on big for HCMC for a few reasons. One, it does validate that their technology is their technology. You know, that is going to be big for them in the sense that, okay, this is ours and we're not going to just let people use it. We're not going to let people take it. Secondly, that could be a load of capital coming in for HCMC, as they would rightfully receive capital for all of the, you know, infringement that we would have seen from Phillip Morris. Now, again, this stock is currently trading at about 0.0008, so I do believe that if they were capable of winning this lawsuit, that it would be huge for this stock and we could really see it take off. We have already seen it again reach about 1.3 or 0.00013, and so I do believe that this is all based off of news. So if this news of this lawsuit does start to turn good and we do see it start to happen for them, I do believe that we could really see this company see some extreme upside potential. Now, again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor whatsoever, just simply a guy talking into a microphone right now, giving my opinion on what these companies are doing. Now, I will try to keep you guys as up to date as possible whenever it comes to HCMC. There are a few other things that I would like to make videos about whenever it comes to this company, so definitely stay tuned. And yeah, I hope you guys, again, don't mind this new style of video, as I am just trying to get a new set of studio lights. But until then, I would still be trying to provide you all with the best value content that I possibly can. With that being said, I do post 2 to 3 times every single day, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.